Yo, it is the Couch Bros, and we are talking sports, which means we are talking NBA free agency 2019. I got G Baby in the building. Say what up, boy.
What it do, baby?
And you got Rod Man in the building. And let me tell y'all something, man. I'm just gonna go out and say it, dog. This was the GOAT offseason, right? I don't think there was an offseason better than this ever.
You might be right.
That's just how I feel.
Nah, this is 100% the GOAT offseason. No amount of good NBA players got changed team like this, dog. Like niggas with 4 or 5 years left on their contract and switching teams, bro. Like this shit is nuts, bro. And not to forget our boy that's out in H-Town, where everything changed. I got my nigga Dom on the line. Say what up.
What's up, man? Broadcasting live from Clutch City. This is one of the all-time great off seasons. I mean, you gotta think about it, man. This is the furthest away you can be from the next basketball season, and we're this excited.
All right, so the fact that you in H-Town, you already know what we got to start. We got to start with Russell Westbrook being on the fucking Rockets. Like, before I even get into the trade, like, you're in Houston. Like, what is it like in Houston? What's the energy in Houston? What are people talking about in Houston? Like, you're there. You're in the heart of this shit, dog. What's been going on, bro?
So I went to the bar yesterday, and it was very interesting. There's a lot of guarded optimism here, which is really, really cool. This has a chance of being, like, one of the best regular season experiments ever, because I mean you got two super high power offensive guys. You got Mike D'Antoni. You know what he was able to do with Stoudemire and Steve Nash. He is an offensive genius. Like, he's the guy when it comes to making things work on the offensive end of the ball. Problem is with basketball is that you got to play offense and you got to play defense. And like James Harden isn't the greatest at defense. Neither is Russell Westbrook. The Houston Rockets shoot a whole bunch of threes. We actually shoot more threes than anybody else, just about. And Russell Westbrook is somewhere in the 20% range in his shooting. So guarded optimism. So hopefully, best case scenario, they listen to Mike D'Antoni. He can come up with some type of a game plan to have them both on the floor at the same time and sharing one ball. Yeah, that's going to be important because there's going to be so much dribbling. And somebody's going to have to take like a back seat. They're going to have to ask themselves what's more important, actually getting the dub or getting the statistics. That's really what the vibe is here. Is a lot of optimism because if they can actually figure it out and you can get James Harden and Westbrook on the same page as far as, okay, we're both tired of people talking shit about us. We're both tired of people saying that we're just here, to average a triple-double or to average 45 points or 50 points per game over the longest period of time. That, these padding stats. What can they actually do together? So that'll be regular season. Playoffs, it's gonna be so hard because now, the playoffs now, I mean, if you looked at this year's basketball, I loved it. It was amazing. Essentially, what you were able to see this year was almost like late 90s, early 2000s basketball when it came to the playoffs because they were really swallowing the whistle. And the problem with that is James Harden will shoot 20 free throws. I mean, he'll go 20 for 20 or 19 for 20 on free throws. I mean, you got a lot of nights where he went 100% at the free throw line, but you might only get there 3, 4, 5 times in the playoffs. So, I mean, how's he going to adjust to that? How's he going to adjust to Russell Westbrook? Russell Westbrook isn't really much of a catch and shooter at this point in his career. He's going to have to make a Dwayne Wade-esque type shift in his game style in order for this to work. If you look at his explosiveness, like during that flash Dwayne Wade from like that what you got in 2006, that's very comparable to how Westbrook plays. I mean, maybe even faster than that. So if he can channel into his inner Dwayne Wade, maybe play a little bit of defense, I think they can be one of the most dangerous teams out there.
What I would say to that is, I definitely believe they'll be the best duo in the West. If not the best, the second best. You feel me? Man. I do feel that. I got that much optimism for it.
Trolling,
the flow and how they play together, bro. I can see them definitely just switching back to OKC, where it's your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. Actually, that's what Westbrook loved to do, bro. So nonetheless, man, I can see it flowing real nice. I can see it going and be like, yo, man, sit there. Like I said, Westbrook going to be a point guard, and James Harden's going right back to his favorite position of shooting guard, passing when he has to. He ain't even worried about you niggas no more. I'm about to shoot up the ball even more. So I think it's just gonna be a beautiful flow between them, man.
All right, before we even do that, because I feel like we're getting off the rails here. Like, we can get get to the basketball side of it. Like me, I want to know like everybody's opinion on the trade itself because it's very, very, very fucking polarized right now. You have people who are laughing at the trade. You have people think it's a lot of people because they feel like they can't play together. Like your whole point that you just made doesn't even counter D'Antoni's offense. They're not going to be on the court at the same time until the fucking fourth quarter. There's not going to be no. That's what they did with the Chris Paul.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They stacked each other's minutes, bro. Like you didn't watch. If you didn't think that, then you didn't watch.
No. You know what I'm talking about? When I was talking about where I seen them play in the play. I'm not worried about what they do in the regular season because they definitely got to get 50 wins easy. I was talking about what they got to do.
They lost 3 straight 17-point games in the playoffs. Or no, that's the fucking Pacers. They lost. They led at halftime in one of these games and they kept losing. Like they kept losing. You acting like they were good. Like
which year are you talking about?
Talking about this past year.
Well, this past year it wasn't the same. Like I feel like the only reason they failed is because Chris Paul got over, not because it was actually a garbage setup or a garbage. Like the same thing they said about Chris Paul going to that team is the same thing they're saying about Westbrook.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Again, we can get to the basketball side. Let's just talk about the trade. Who do you think won the trade? Clearly, you think that the Rockets won the trade.
I think it was just an equal. Well, the two. I think it was equal. Just him and Chris Paul. Period. The 2 first rounds made it. Thunder won.
I disagree. Oh no! You say the Thunder won. Thunder won with the. Well, if you're just talking just Westbrook and Harden, I think the Thunder won the trade simply because the Thunder won the trade because Westbrook to me the pairing Daryl Morey, the Houston general manager, this nigga was just swinging for the fences, bro. That's what this nigga was like. Let's be honest, bro. Like, what has this man done since he's been in Houston, bro? He paired Harden up with Dwight. He tried to get
Ty Lawson.
Ty.
This is a guy who, quote unquote, is a believer in analytics. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That nigga just like stars, just like everybody else. That nigga got ahead of the curve.
But here's the thing.
He's a big game guy, bro.
Like, I hate when people say analytics and talent matters. You can't just throw out people.
But Gerson, the talent has to fit together, bro. You can't just randomly mismatch.
This is the problem with people saying that. When did they lose a lot of games? When did they look bad? They always got to the playoffs. They always look good. And if it wasn't for James Harden being a whole ass nigga, they probably would have got even farther in the playoffs.
All right.
So like, you're holding it against them for not winning a championship.
I'm not holding it against him for winning a championship. I'm holding it against him for not adjusting when it matters to adjust. It's the same dude who lost to the Spurs when a game with Kawhi didn't even play in it. And what did he finish with 10 points in a closeout game at home?
Wait, we're talking about James or
we're talking about both. Put it like this. You have 2 people who've shown you, and to James' credit, he went up against the fucking dynasty of the decade, bro. Like, I can't be mad at James. Russell was out here losing to fucking Donovan Mitchell, bro. Come on, bro. Man. How does it suck?
Because they suck.
No, that's an apologist. And I'm getting tired of you Russell Westbrook fans who just, I'm going to let this nigga shoot.
He's still top 10, bro.
That doesn't mean that he can be your best player on the championship team.
I give you, well, I don't know.
Did you see that team that same team that got destroyed by the Warriors without KD? That's who he lost to. He lost to the Blazers in 5 games. How?
George Paul ain't do shit.
What did he do?
George Paul ain't do shit. Like, everybody said it was George Paul's team.
How is it Paul George's team?
Everybody said it was his team.
How is it his team?
He was the MVP candidate. Everybody said that. And they lost. And no one worried about George Paul. Everybody gave it to Russell Westbrook.
Well, you also got you got to remember too, bro. During that playoff series, what was the big narrative? Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook. That was one of the big stories because everybody knew the niggas was beefing, and Damian Lillard outplayed the hell.
Bust his ass 5 games in a row, bro.
Hey, that nigga. But to your credit, Gerson, I'll give you this. Paul George got the wave goodbye shot. the shot that ended the series.
Like, put it like this. My whole thing is, what we're going to do, bro, I just want to get to the fit. Like, in my opinion, it's literally going to be the same thing. They're going to lose in the second round, bro. They're not making the Western Conference Finals. Like, we'll get to why I believe that later down the road. But basketball fit-wise, yeah, they're going to beat up on the fucking Kings. And they're going to beat up on the fucking Suns, bro. But when it comes down to actually playing basketball in a 7-game series where people got time to game plan, you think niggas are going to just let Russell Westbrook get to the line? line. Like, that nigga can't shoot. Austin Rivers can't shoot.
I think he's
Iman
gonna shoot
Shumpert
better
can't
when
shoot.
he got space, and he's got to get space.
So why did he shoot 64% from the free throw line, bro?
Well, there's a lot of things that go into it. I don't know, bro. The nigga was shooting 80 until what's his name left, and they said they changed the routine. They changed the rule of how he used to do his
That doesn't
do his free throw. That fucked up his routine, and which fucking up his routine fucked up his free throw. I don't know.
He had 82 games to adjust, or he's just a bad
shooter. He just
shooter.
never adjusted it.
Hold on.
I don't know, fam.
Go ahead, Dom. What you think about that, bro?
Man, so here's the other thing too. I was thinking about it, and there's something that could work, but it's 3 letters that's going to be important. These are the 3 important letters when it comes to this whole Houston end of the trade, which would make it a good deal or a shit deal. Ego. Somebody's going to have to actually, not somebody, both of them are going to have to put the ego to the side for this to work, and that's the problem. If they've been put on this super large pedestal, Russell Westbrook averages a triple W. Oh my God, James Harden averages 50 points a night for 8 straight games. Like, it's very hard to get on that type of a high where you think you're the best NBA player out there, and now you have the other best NBA player, and somebody has to take a back seat. Because in my mind, it's hard to have both of them on the floor at the same time. So you probably could work something out where it would be cool if they could split time and you could have like one of them come off the bench. But that's not gonna happen. Like I don't see Russell Westbrook taking a back seat to James Harden, and this is James Harden's team. So I mean, unless somebody really takes like that, and you're paying them too much money, that's the other problem too. It's just not gonna work. Like, it's not gonna work.
No, go ahead, Gerson. What you got to say, bro?
Well, what I was gonna combat is I don't even see it the way y'all see it. Like, I feel that best thing they will do and that their most potential is to learn how to play together. Like, I don't think they could do the same thing that they did with Chris Paul, where they just let Russ run the show and then Jane Harden run the show. I think the best thing they can do is literally learn how to attack teams together with both of them on the court.
But that is not Mike D'Antoni's offense. That's what we're trying to tell you,
but okay, with that, I'm part of the people that think Mike D'Antoni got to go. Like, I'm one of those.
He's not going this year. You're going to be playing with Mike D'Antoni. So when I say the fit doesn't work, I'm talking about under his dynamic. The whole point is to have a whole bunch of people shooting threes, and you need space to do that. So that's why you stack minutes. That's why you'll start them together, but then you'll get one of them out real quick. And I think what's going to have to happen is they're going to pull James Harden, because it's going to make it easier if James Harden's like, okay, I'm going to let Russ do his thing. You know what I'm saying? That'd be the smart thing. That's if they put their ego aside, because it's going to look bad, or Russ is going to take it the wrong way if he is going to be playing more with the second team. You know what I'm saying? Like, James Harden's already been there. He, quote unquote, don't got shit to prove. Russ has to figure this shit out. So I think they're going to make Russ the feature player to make him more accommodated, or accommodate him. But again, they're going to win.
So?
It has
That's
to.
the only way it's going to work.
That's the only way it's going to work, bro.
In the sense of, I feel like Westbrook going to go to the team knowing that it's not his team.
Yeah, but okay. How does he work on that team other than them featuring him, bro?
Like,
no, but here's the thing. I feel like, damn, all he needs is shooters, which he's going to have.
He's not going to have shooters, bro. Like, how are you a shooter if you shoot 29%? How are you a shooter if you shoot 32%? How are you a shooter if you shoot 34%? These niggas don't have shooters. They just have niggas who take a bunch of threes. Yes. That doesn't mean I have to honor that. I will never guard Iman Shumpert at the 3-point line, dog.
Bro, the only niggas worth mentioning shooting wise is Harden, whose 3-point percentage ain't even that great, and Eric Gordon. That's it.
And Javon House, or whatever his name is, House. House was a 40% shooter. That's it. Like,
where do we put the line of respect? Because to me, when you about 34, 35, bro, you respect.
But if you're 34, 35, to me 36, which is like PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker shot 37%. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. But that's just one shooter. Russ is out there now. Whatever you say about Chris Paul was a shooter. The fact that Russ is out there, you can't put your best defender out there. You have to sacrifice one, because nobody's gonna respect.
I could see Russ shooting 35.
Why?
Because he shot 35 before.
He hasn't shot 35 in years, bro.
He shot 35 2 years ago.
His shooting and his free throw has gone down every single year.
It got down since they changed the rule, which I said. I don't know.
What does that have to do with his 3-point shooting?
When I talk about his shooting from the three, it's more forced, bro. Ain't nobody else was gonna shoot the three. So
he's a bad IQ player.
Yes.
Will you take?
I'm not gonna argue that part. You got that part.
Go ahead, Dom.
So back to Gerson's point, like I like the idea of like not having Mike D'Antoni, but at the same time, if you just kind of take a step back and look at like the coaching talent in the NBA, it's pretty fucking awful. I mean, we got what Frank Vogel is going to be coaching like the Lakers, and that's probably like to me the biggest issue with that whole team is like who was coaching that team. I know Jason Kidd is like the understudy, but I mean, if you get rid of D'Antoni in Houston, like who are you going to get that's a big enough name to essentially be able to like corral two like superstars like on the same team, and then get them to play defense. That's the other problem too. Because Mike D'Antoni, he doesn't coach defense, and I mean, I don't think either one of them are very interested in playing defense because they expend so much energy playing offense. And that's the other thing too. Like they're gonna have to do like they're gonna do 80 shots a night, like combined. They're gonna combine for 80 attempts a night in a Mike D'Antoni offense. And even though you still got Tucker and you got like all the other shooters who were on the outside, I mean, it's just gonna be so much pound and ground, and then just like try to I don't know. It's gonna be a long task. But I think D'Antoni does realize like this is you gotta make this work. Because if he doesn't, he's gonna be fired.
All right, now I think D'Antoni's definitely going to get fired because he didn't even get a contract extension. He's in a lame duck year. Like this is everybody's going to get fired if they don't win it this year, which is why I think Daryl Morey went for the trade. He don't give a fuck. Like those fucking first round picks don't mean shit to him. He knows he has to win this shit because they have a new owner. Like the Ferretta, that dude is the cousin of the dude who used to own the fucking the UFC. They care about winning. Like this ain't the same dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Rod.
And that's part of the reason why I think the Thunder won the trade because number one, these niggas have 15 draft picks over the next 6-7 years that they can do a lot with. Whereas the Rockets were swinging for the fences for a move that's just not. I don't think it's gonna pan out. I just don't see. And I know we're gonna have this discussion in a little bit. I just don't see the Rockets making it out the West, which is the whole point of making a trade like that.
And before we go ahead and transition, because I do definitely want to see the outlook on what this trade and what kind of impact it has on the West as a whole. I just want to bring up a point to challenge what Gerson said. This nigga's never been a good 3-point shooter, bro. Like I got his stats right now. I learn how to shoot, bro. There's no fix me, help me higher, bro.
33 is not good.
Gerson, look.
That's decent.
Put it like this. First year in the league.
No, I know, bro.
No. I got you. 27, 22, 33, 31, 32, 31, 29, 29, 34, 29, 29. That 34 is the outlier, bro.
And that was his MVP. Imagine that.
That nigga can't shoot he's not a 3-point shooter. And the worst part is he's a volume bad 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he takes shots and bro, it's like Russ, bro. Get it in your head, man. You're not a shooter, bro. You've never been one, bro. Why does this man think he think he's Steph Curry sometimes, bro? I just don't understand this man.
And then on top of that, you want to talk about the rules that altered his routine with the free throw. The year before that, he shot 73. That's a low 70s. That wasn't in place last year. That was this year. So this is a trend.
No, that's been in place for the last 3 years.
No,
that's the reason why his.
So why did he shoot? What did he shoot? 84% if it was the last 3%. So if it was in place the last 3 years, it didn't affect him when he shot 84%. So what's the difference?
Well, not 3 years.
No, it was literally this year. It was this year. That's when they started. When they changed it, it was this year. And then another trend, he's not getting to the line as much. He's not converting at the same clip at the paint as much. So there's a lot of signs that, yeah, he's still a world-class athlete, and they got the better player. I'm not arguing that they didn't get an upgrade. They got a younger player, more explosive, harder to guard. But what I'm saying is they're just going to be a second-round team because I don't think they're a top 3 team. I think they're a top 3 team, but I can see them losing to Utah, bro, in the playoffs, honestly, dog. I could see them losing to Utah, bro.
They could lose to Utah.
They could definitely lose to Utah. They could definitely lose to Utah, bro.
That backcourt going to be comparable to them, too. Conley and Mitchell, that's going to be a real good backcourt, bro. Honestly, in a series, I like Utah over.
I don't like Utah as a whole team.
They're a better team. As a team, they have more playmakers outside of what's it called, because they have Bojanovic, that's size. They have Rudy Gobert. That was the reason why they lost last time, because when he got to the paint, Rudy Gobert was already there. He couldn't do anything, and he can't shoot. So I can't get to the paint, and I can't shoot. That's why they lost in 5.
There's more spacing. Like at the end of the day, when he's on the Rockets,
he is a part of the lack of spacing. By being on the court, he's going to affect his own spacing because he can't shoot. They could sag off of him. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're talking about he's going to have more spacing. They could sag off of him. That's what they've been doing in the playoffs the past 3 years.
But they didn't have anyone else to worry about.
Who does they, again, Amon Shumpert.
Amon doing the start. Austin Rivers come off the bench.
But those are rotational players, though.
Come on, fam.
Like, those are rotational players, though.
Man. Everybody, as much as they just threw the ball up, everybody respected the fact that they shot the lead.
No, they don't. They leave these players open because they're not going to make them. They missed 27 straight threes in a closeout.
But that was just a bad flow, man. And going by the shit of just going to threes and twos, they just quit on going for the twos, bro. I'm pretty sure with Russell Westbrook, that's not going to happen, man.
You had a better mid-range shooter in Chris Paul. He's gone.
Right.
So again, I think they're going to be very dominant in the regular season. In the playoffs, the same reason why they don't get far. Well, I'll say the same thing that's going to affect Chris Paul. I mean, the same thing that's going to affect Russell Westbrook, who had a Victor Oladipo, who had a Paul George, and still lost. The nigga lost in 2 playoff games. No, in 3 playoff games, he won 2 games out of 3 series, bro. That's impossible for a nigga that good. 3 playoff games, he won 2 games. In 3 playoff games, in 3 playoff series. That doesn't even make sense.
The whole team just got outplayed, though, bro. It ain't even like, oh, man.
But who's the constant, though? Who's the constant, though? As much as I could talk shit about James Harden, that nigga got to a Western Conference final. Damn near by himself.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
When the first year of the Warriors.
The first year of the Warriors.
He got to the Western Conference Finals. And Dwight Howard was not balling.
They beat the Clippers because he was on. Like, I'm saying that the way that he could get other people could show up is something that Westbrook didn't have in OKC. For some fucking reason, Oladipo didn't show up. For some fucking reason, Paul George didn't fucking show up.
Because
I don't know what to tell you, man.
I got my let me tell you why. Because when shit gets crazy, I got my fucking point guard taking a ass pull up 3, bro. You can't shoot, bro.
I mean, listen, people want to continue to,
and that's one of the problems with Westbrook, bro. He does not have the concept of time and score, bro. Like this nigga, like these niggas will be down by like 5 points. It's like 2 minutes left. Russell's pulling up like he's Steph Curry, bro. Like, bro, that's not your game, dog. And he's gonna be playing with James Harden. And another thing with D'Antoni, not only does Westbrook, I don't know how he's gonna work him in the system. Like Westbrook, I mean, D'Antoni's one of the most passive coaches. He let James Harden run him up, bro. What you think he gonna let Westbrook do?
Can't nobody tell Russell Westbrook anything.
Bro, what? D'Antoni's gonna draw some plays with Westbrook. He's gonna be like, nah, I'm just gonna go up and shoot. Like, that nigga don't give a fuck, bro.
That nigga can't coach.
But that's why I want him to leave, bro. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying with the talent, man.
Like, I don't think
the talent.
I don't think the Thunder are gonna be a disaster by any means. They're talented enough to where they're gonna be probably one of the tops in the West, at least in the middle. But that flame out in the playoffs is gonna be glorious, bro. Because it's happening. It's coming.
It's definitely happening.
It's happening, bro.
It's 100%.
I can't listen, fam. It can go both ways, man. That's all.
All right, so you know what? You're right. We got to see who's gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I want to go ahead and think about the Western Conference as a whole. Like, all the free agency was crazy, but to me, I don't think they're gonna be a top 3 team because I feel like they're just talented. But as a team, I don't like them. They don't have size, and the shooting is overrated. But the other 2 teams I think are gonna be legit are both in LA. So let's go ahead and talk about the Clippers, which I never thought I'd ever say in my life. Let's go ahead and talk about the Lakers. One, who do y'all boys think is actually the better LA team right now?
I'd have to say I think the Clippers are the better team. I think they're just better constructed, bro. You got 2 of the best wing players in the league. I mean, both these niggas, two-way niggas. Paul George was an MVP candidate. Kawhi, when he played his last full season, was an MVP candidate. He just won a Finals MVP, won a championship. I mean, you look at the rest of the team. They got a lot of depth. They got Beverly. They got Montrezl Harrell. They got Lou Williams. They got Shamet. They got mad niggas on that team that can score. I mean, they got guys who can play defense. I mean, that perimeter defense is gonna be wild.
Dom?
Oh, I got you. Yeah, so man, LA, that's such a tough call. I'm gonna split it. I'm gonna say the best regular season team is gonna be the Lakers. The best playoff team is gonna be the Clippers. And here's why. I think this year is gonna be a whole lot of rest and relaxation during the regular season for both Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. People forget about Paul George's shoulders. Like I don't know how 100% he is on the shoulders since it's taken him out a couple of times at this point. So that's something. Kawhi's gonna miss 20, 25 games. Because that's what the buzz is too. Like the reason why it took so long to negotiate, so that he can get some extra stuff. So they're probably going to do like a very similar move to Toronto and kind of let him take his like extended rest. And he has his own medical staff and all that other stuff. So I mean, he's not going to be playing every night. He's not doing back to backs. He's not doing none of that stuff. Maybe he'll do back to backs like in LA if they're playing like the Lakers or whatever. But the games that he actually plays will be very very strategic. Back to LeBron James in the regular season, I think LeBron knows he's got something to prove. I don't think LeBron has like a whole lot of seasons left. And he knows that. So I think he's gonna come back with like a vengeance. And especially with everybody like, talking about, he's shooting movies and this and that. He's not focused and all this other stuff. And he had that injury last year for the first time. So I think this is gonna be like a whole different like beast of LeBron. This might be the last in his team, maybe like 1 or 2 more years, but I think this is gonna be kind of that Wizards moment for Michael Jordan for like LeBron pretty soon. So he's got a lot to prove. But with that being said, I have zero faith in the Lakers like coaching situation. And I think before the end of the season, Jason Kidd's gonna be the head coach of the Lakers by playoff time. And then that's when it's gonna be like real head to head, and that's gonna really change everything. So yeah, but you also have like a well rested Kawhi Leonard and Paul George too. If Paul George isn't, hurt again, which is also a big question mark. So I don't want to forget about those lingering injuries either, because Paul George hasn't been 100% for like a while.
Garrison?
We're talking about LA, bro. Who you think is gonna be better?
I think the Clippers are going to be better simply because Kawhi is the best one, period. But I feel like LeBron and them is gonna make it interesting. That's it, man. That's all I have to say.
All right, so my opinion, and this is gonna be basically my rebuttal to you. If Jason Kidd is gonna end up being the coach, the Lakers ain't even making the playoffs, man. you got me fucked up, man.
Boy, do you remember when he was a coach of the Bucks, boy?
Bruh, this nigga bro, put it like this. His whole offense, his whole philosophy is just from fucking 2004, bro. Like,
great player, man, not a good coach.
Put it like this. I like Jason Kidd he's a player's coach, but he's not a strategist. But he's gonna have so much time it doesn't matter, dog. But I'm not gonna trust on his ability to make a play, bro. Like, make a drop a good play, dog. Go ahead, dog.
But that's just it. See, that's the thing, though. You don't coach LeBron James. LeBron James has perhaps the highest like basketball IQ out there. LeBron James at this point in his career, he definitely coaches himself. Let's not forget, when he was in Miami, that was like college for LeBron, right? That was the last coaching LeBron James ever really got from Eric Spoelstra, and the only reason he really got that was because Pat Riley was there backing him up. When he got back to Cleveland with that whole like David Blatt fired, Tyronn Lue. Let's be honest, Tyronn Lue did not coach LeBron James. Tyronn Lue was just there to kind of facilitate. Hey, look, I'm just keeping it 100% real. Like, LeBron James is going to coach LeBron James. So LeBron James is going to be the black coach that you speak of. All that's going to happen is he's going to take over the team like he always does. You don't coach LeBron at this point. That's why it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because if you think about it, LeBron leaving the Heat was the best and worst thing he probably ever did to his career. Because at this point, he's not going to respect anybody enough to coach him, because he probably does have a higher basketball IQ than almost any other coach that's out there.
Put it like this. Anytime that LeBron is involved in anything, it's just going to be full of drama. That's what I love. That is going to be my comedy show. Like, I don't care about the regular season, because at the end of the day, it's about who got the best teams, and it's about the playoffs. Like, the regular season is for me, is for the rookie teams, the second year players, the players like who's going to be the new star, how they develop, and then the reality show that any team LeBron James is on. But in the playoffs, though, this is where I really want to take the conversation. Like, I honestly believe it's going to be the Western Conference Final is going to be both Laker teams, and it's going to be real convenient for niggas who live in LA, bro.
What? No traveling, bro.
No traveling. But how we get there, though, like, Gerson really feels like the Rockets have a chance to get out of the West. I don't agree with that at all. Like, I don't see them niggas beating the fucking Utah Jazz. Like, if that's who they play in the second round, they losing. If they play the Clippers, oh, they definitely losing. Nigga, Paul George is locking up Russell Westbrook, who he doesn't. I could guard him man on man, and I know that nigga can't shoot. And I guarded that nigga in practice the past 2 years, bro. I know what the fuck he's gonna do. Kawhi is gonna bust motherfucking James Harden ass, bro. You got anything to say to that, sir?
Bruh, just keep in mind the last time James Harden and Kawhi played against each other in the playoff series, Kawhi held that nigga 3 of 17 from the field.
Well, I know it's going to sound crazy to y'all.
Just remember that.
But I feel like in any duo that they meet up, right? In any duo, they're going to have 2 of the best 3.
No, they're not.
I do feel that way.
I could honestly say that Paul George right now, a healthy Paul George, is a better player than Russell Westbrook.
All right, cool.
Because he's a more complete player right now, bro. Like,
Is Herb lying?
As a talent.
I don't care about talent.
All right, cool.
Who's
All right,
the
you
more
got it.
complete player, bro?
Who's the more complete player right now in 2019, going into the next season? Offense and defense.
Still pick West.
Teach
I'm picking
zone.
West.
So hold on. So now you're telling me that you're saying that either one of those players is better than LeBron James or better than Anthony Davis. You're wrong.
I feel like LeBron James is not top 5 no more. I shared that with y'all, but you know what I'm saying.
So you would rather have LeBron James? You would rather have Russell Westbrook over LeBron James?
I wouldn't rather have him. I just know by the time of the playoffs, I believe old age is gonna catch up to LeBron James. Not that anyone's really better than him or smarter than him or anything. I just believe the old age is gonna get him. If it isn't him being the top 5, it's gonna be this.
I have to see it to believe it. Bro.
Okay, you have to see it to believe. But remember, in 03, he's the last one, and he was the youngest one in the 03. Now he's got to be 34 this year. So either old age is going to get his ass, or that nigga's on some type of shit.
There
so
you go.
that's what I'm saying.
Black man for being genetically perfect, man. Wow. That's what we're doing.
All right, so that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
Man, listen, bro.
You're going to be 34. Everybody gone by 34.
So you're basically telling me I have to trust that Russell Westbrook is going to be the best version of himself with all the statistics say that he's becoming worse
that's
as
the
a basketball
hard thing.
player.
That's the hardest thing. I'm not saying put your money on. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in every duo against them, it would be James Harden 2-3.
Honestly, I don't even see them, bro. There are 4 teams at least I can see beat, bro. In the playoffs. At least. I'm not like thinking about it. The
like
two
that's
LA
not
teams,
wide awake.
The 2 LA teams, the Jazz, I think the Warriors could beat them too.
Nah.
That's 4 teams in the West.
I don't know.
Already, and that's not including, I'm not even thinking about that.
I don't believe in duo. I don't even believe in the Warriors. I would put them last in duo with Steph and Clay.
I don't care about duos. I care about teams. I care about roster construction.
Right. It's more than just 2 guys. You know what I'm saying?
You're right with it being more than 2 guys.
This is not NBA Jam, bro. Like,
but it is like NBA Jam, bro.
Which is why I picked those teams above the Rockets, because I think those teams are gonna gel better than they are, bro. Chemistry matters, bro.
Go ahead.
You're right.
Yeah, and that was my point too, man. Like I said, the Clippers in the regular season, they're gonna have a lot of improvised like time off and stuff. So they're not gonna be playing like back to back like a whole lot. Now I don't think that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are gonna miss the same games very often, but they're definitely gonna missing up a whole bunch of games. As far as Lakers go, yeah, you tripping, bro. They gonna make the playoffs now. Come on now, they gonna make the playoffs. They got too much firepower to miss the playoffs. Now I think LeBron. I mean, the man might just walk off a bridge if he misses playoffs like 2 times in a row, especially at this age. So I just really don't see that happening at all. So personal prediction, hearing it here first, I'm going to give Frank Vogel until about February. He'll make his first mistake. They'll fire his ass. They'll get Jason Kidd in there right in time for playoffs, and then LeBron will do whatever the hell he wants to do, and then he'll be off to the races. To your defensive point, yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to put up 80 points on the Clippers, man. Don't forget about Pat Beverly, man. Pat Beverly is like the pit bull of pit bulls, and the good thing about the Clippers last year, which is great that they could add these players and then not lose too much. Man, the Warriors probably struggled the most against them than anybody else, like in the West. Like, to be 100% like honest, like the Clippers was really putting in that work. And don't forget about Lou Williams. Oh man, forgot about Lou Williams. Yeah, man, the Clippers are just like super stacked on both ends of the ball. You got, perhaps 2 of the top 3 two-way players, offense and defense. You got the Claw, you got Paul George, and then you got that Pitbull, and then you still got Harrell. Yeah, man, Clippers are stacked, and they're stacked in a very strategic way that makes them a better playoff team. Because, I mean, essentially, you can jack up all the shots you want in the regular season. Defense is essentially what ends up winning playoff games. And that's why, like, it's a crime that, nobody ever gives Klay Thompson his credit for being the defender that he is.
I mean, that's a really good way to break it down. Like, I believe the Clippers are going to win the championship, but I could be wrong. At the end of the day, this is all health.
Speculation.
It's all speculation. Everybody has to be healthy. But I feel like we could move on from that point, you know what I'm saying? Because we can always revisit who we think is going to win down the road. But what I want to do before we even close this thing out, that trade, there was another team involved in the trade. Like, I don't even understand how we cannot really just talk about the Thunder and talk about Chris Paul, because now Chris Paul, because of his attitude and his age and his contract, is on a fucking hole-in-the-wall team. And now his talent may be wasted, and now he's gonna have to do something which is gonna be counterintuitive to what his job title is off the court. The nigga's the president of the NBA Association. His whole objective is to get as much money as possible. So now he's gonna be a conflict of interest within his own self because he wears two hats. Are you going to take all the money that you earned, or are you gonna take a buyout, bro? Which goes against your other job as president of the fucking league, bro.
It's fitting for it. He deserves it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, Chris Paul put himself in this situation, dog. Like, man, it's just like, why you gotta be an asshole everywhere you go? You know what I'm saying? Like, and now that there are reports, and I don't, this is the stuff we read on the internet and see on TV, but there are reports that Heat are interested and he's trying to get traded out. It's just like, damn, CP. Like, how, like, this man is one of the greatest point guards the game has ever seen, and he's looking like he's gonna be a part of that class of niggas who never wins one, bro. Like, I feel bad because, Chris Paul, in my lifetime, I don't know if he's the greatest point guard I've ever watched, but he's pretty close. Like, I have to really think about it, but I mean, it's sad, bro. Like,
well, what I was gonna say, bro, the only reason he's not considered the best point guard is because he doesn't. Going by analytics and all that stuff, he's one of the smartest players that ever played the game.
Oh, he is.
And that's why, as a Heat fan, I wouldn't mind getting him, even though he old as shit. I feel like his brains would be able to set up Justin Winslow, Jimmy Butler, and
so let me ask you this: are you banking on the fact that maybe not even just him being old, that him playing with Harden is the reason why he wasn't?
No, I know that he's getting old, but there's a thing that a lot of players don't want to do. But the Heat, playing with the Heat, they gotta make him lose. They gotta make him lose weight. And when he's lose weight, he's getting old. He lose weight. You gotta have a spring in his step. He won't have the strength to play defense like he used to, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be able to move better after they be like, "Yo, lose weight."
I think Chris Paul's cooked.
I don't think he's cooked, but my thing is this: do you want Chris Paul, or do you want Chris Paul with that current contract? Because that's crazy.
I mean,
now you're talking crazy.
What's he gonna make? Like $40 million,
bruh.
That's a deterrent, but nonetheless, bro, I can still because they say they're still trying to get him. So I'm like, all right, bro. Like, I see people keep hating and keep talking, bro. But the truth is, ever since LeBron James left, bro, both Russell Westbrook, and Chris Paul will be the best players we got since LeBron left.
So just fuck Jimmy Butler. That nigga didn't just come over there.
I don't have
Jimmy
Butler is Jimmy Butler. Chris Paul is Chris Paul. Like, I feel a lot of Chris Paul decline.
Chris Paul is old Chris Paul.
Chris Paul declined, but I feel like it's still like a toss-up.
It's not a toss-up between him and Jimmy Butler. You're out of your mind. Like, you listen.
And I'm just, wait. And please understand, I'm going at the fact that he just plays point guard and he can get everybody's involved and hook everybody up. I'm not talking about, get a bucket for us, Chris Paul. I'm talking about, set him up with a nice shot. Make him look good. I believe he could still be point guard.
So
even though
just you already have that with Goran Dragic.
No, he's not. No. What? Are you crazy?
It's not just, this ain't fucking NBA 2K, bro. There's ramifications. Even if you have that, you're going to have that for what? At most a year. But he's going to have $40 million when he's 37. He's not point guard at 40. He's not point guard at 37, bro. Goran Dragic is on an expiring contract and he's making $20 less.
But most likely we're going to give away. We're going to give away points. I don't know if we're going to keep. I don't. But nonetheless, I couldn't imagine them keeping him and getting Chris Paul.
Right. But what I'm saying is you're going to get maybe a degree less if you just stick with Goran Dragic for this year and he's gone next year, as opposed to taking on Chris Paul and his contract to get a slightly better version of Goran Dragic for 1 year. That doesn't make any sense, bro.
Okay, understand.
This ain't my GM, bro.
Understand, fam. I truly believe they can get him to the point where he's a great point guard. He could be top 5 point guard.
He's not going to be a top 5 point guard ever again. You have to forget that.
I think he can.
He's never going to be better than Steph Curry again. He's never going to be better than Russell Westbrook again. He's never going to be better than Dame Lillard again. He's never going to be better than Kemba Walker right now again, bro. It's to that point, bro.
Like, I don't know, fam. Because that's disrespectful.
He's never going to be better than Kyrie Irving again. That's 5 right there, bro. So what are you talking about, bro?
I mean, at his position, being a true point.
Oh, now we being God, man.
All the players you named is players that put the ball in the ball.
My bad, bro. It's between him and Mike Conley, bro. My bad. You got it, bro. He's top 5 when that's the competition. My bad, bro.
I understand.
Him, Conley, and Rondo, baby.
Wow.
True points.
Ooh. And Lonzo, because that nigga can't.
Lonzo gotta be good.
Lonzo's never gonna be because he can't shoot.
He's gonna be good.
How? The
He's
nigga
gonna be
shot.
good.
This nigga shot worse.
Yeah, he's going to be good.
His 3-point percentage and his free throw percentage are similar, bro. How?
That's disgusting.
He's gonna be good.
How?
He's gonna be good.
Bruh.
How's he gonna be good?
Just wait.
Gerson.
Just wait. They finally got to let this nigga play, and then we'll see.
Bruh, are you like secretly
I
sponsored by
no,
the
listen,
Vols?
I like Lonzo more than I like De'Aaron Fox. Out of all the, I like Lonzo more than all them niggas.
Dom, we done, bro.
I like Lonzo more than all the niggas.
You mean the same?
Promise.
Wait.
If he don't get hurt, I promise, nigga. I promise.
We done, bro. We done.
I
We
promise.
done, bro. So we just
The same De'Aaron Fox who almost got
Just remember
to the
that.
playoffs in the West.
Remember that.
Never mind.
Remember that.
We're done, bro. So
Remember that.
we gonna check this out, though.
Yeah, man.
We done, bro. We done.
Yeah.
Dom, go ahead and say your deuces, bro. Shout out to the H-Town, bro. Go ahead, bro. We checking out, bro. It's over, bro.
All right, man. Dom, checking out. From
You know, it's your boy Rob, man, signing out from the Couch Bros.
It's your boy Herb.
What it do, baby?
Couch Bros checking out. Deuces.